Got fitted Japan!
Yeah, all the town, I'm in on business. I'm all about my business, but I ain't got no briefcase. Yeah, all I got's some whiskey. Open man the whiskey, bring it to you. Yeah, I'm leaning up against the door, and my feet set to the floor, and my mess I long ago. Yeah, I've been in before. I'm a broken man, needing remedial lands. I'm all about my business. Let me love you till the morning. Let me love you till the morning, yeah.
What's up, faders, and welcome to yet another action-packed episode of Got Fitted Japan, and I am your host, Johnny. And as you fine folks know, Got Fitted Japan is about two dudes, booze, Japan, and the news. But if you listen to our previous episode, you know that we're doing something a little bit differently in this episode and in the following episode. What I am doing is I am playing some of my favorite bands that I've booked in the last year. And these bands are absolutely spectacular, and I received a lot of great messages and emails from the last episode. You guys really enjoyed the music, and I'm really happy about that. And thank you so much for just sending me messages and stuff. That's really cool. I think the one message that I liked the most was less talking, more rocking. What, are you saying you don't like my voice? I've been doing this for over 700 episodes. I guess I haven't perfected it, but I think I'm pretty good at talking. As long as I'm drinking coffee, which I am right now. Coffee kampai, by the way. A little too early in the morning for a beer, but that's okay. Anyway, faders, what I'm going to do in this episode is I'm going to play some amazing bands. And I'm going to start off very strong with a band that is very, very hardworking. And this band is all over SNS. They're all over TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. I mean, these guys do a lot of work to promote themselves, and they're very fantastic. And these guys are just unbelievable, actually. Their performance on stage is explosive. They're very dynamic. They run around. They're just very entertaining to watch. And even better yet, their music is just great. So without further ado, the Native Broadcast. Enjoy.
What the hell is wrong with you? You offer a shoulder, offer your hand, say that you help me stand up then. I turn around, you slap my face. Are you kidding? Has it been a day? Are you a symbol or are you a sign of what's going on in people's minds? These days, it's getting harder to trust, and I blame it on myself for having hope and how it hurts. Was I alright in the head to trust and tell you about myself? Next time you about myself. Next time I ride a tire, rope around my neck, then trust someone massive like yourself. You're crazy, so crazy, this was my mistake. I'll gladly take the fall for being so clueless. You're tainted, so tainted, it makes me frustrated for being blind to all of this. It makes me feel so stupid.
The next band we have is a band that needs no introduction. They're a band that's relatively new in the scene. They've been around for, I think, about a year and a half, but they've been playing quite a bit in the Tokyo and Yokohama area. These guys are very special. They're such cool people, and they bring such a wonderful audience that has like the best of vibes. I mean, seriously, when you see this next band, it just being there, being in the audience, you're just surrounded by really cool people that are there just to groove and enjoy the night. And yeah, these guys are great. And on top of that, their music is spectacular. I love these guys so much. So without further ado, this next band is Roulette Red, and the name of this song is kind of cool. It's called Cigarette Kiss.
Surprise, I'm alone again. Too exhausted to cry, too weak to be a friend. Why can't you
All right, faders, let's hop into our DeLorean and do the time warp because we're going to play a band it's a very modern band. It's a metal band, but the thing is the roots are very 1970s. Imagine Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, and just a little bit of Deep Purple. These guys are just an amazing band, and I love these guys so much. I actually booked these guys to perform last week, and their show was absolutely spectacular. These guys rock with a capital R-O-C-K. Of course, this band is Hebi Katana. Now, if you don't speak Japanese, Hebi Katana is a very cool name because Hebi means snake, Katana means sword, so it's snake sword. And these guys are cutting it up all over the world. They just got back from a tour. I think they were in South America and Central America, and now they're back in Japan, and they're playing all over in Japan and stuff. So if you have the opportunity to see Hebi Katana, I highly recommend this band because these guys rock. Okay, without further ado, we have Praise the Shadows. Enjoy. All right, Faders, moving forward, we've got a band that is probably one of the most positive bands here in Tokyo. These guys are just so uplifting and so warm, and they're just super cool guys in general. And whenever they play on stage, it's almost impossible to not move. If you're not moving from left to right, you're actually dancing. You're grabbing your partner, grabbing your friend, you're grabbing somebody, and you're on the dance floor. These guys are great. They're so much fun, and they get booked all over the place here in Tokyo. And every time they do perform, I make it a point to go out and see their show, because if you're feeling blue, dude, see Konnichiwa Typhoon, because they make all the blues go away and they just make yourself just feel so great. So yes, the next band is Konnichiwa Typhoon, and the name of this track is Harmonies. So sit back, relax, pour yourself a strong drink, and just get in the mood to be happy. Enjoy.
Baby, I'm feeling blessed, so lucky. Kono yo no nakawasu barashi. Everything's a mess, but I can see with the weather with a little harmony. Don Quixote and Uniqlo, making my way downtown, Ike Fukuro. See a street bum in the same damn clothes. Baby's looking fly from head to toe. Baby, I'm feeling blessed, so lucky. Kono yo no nakawasu barashi. Everything's a mess, but I can see with the weather with a little harmony. With the weather with a little harmony. Get you down, but whenever you're with me, it's coming round that Daikichi. It will get you down, living high to low, till you found a way to roll. Rockin' steady, Dakedo, Chikara the Boy, Tamagamashiro. Is it groovy to be in control? Covering up the pain of your bruised ego. Baby, I'm feeling blessed, so lucky. Kono yo no nakawasu barashi. Everything's a mess, but I can see with the weather with a little harmony. With the weather with a little harmony. With the weather with a little harmony.
Now, Faders, a lot of you guys know me as Johnny, the guy who books rock bands, punk bands, ska bands, metal bands, and so on. But every so often I do book hip-hop bands, and I do love hip-hop very much. I grew up in the 1990s, and at that time I listened to a lot of hip-hop, mostly East Coast stuff. I listened to Tribe Called Quest, Diggable Planets, the Fugees, and I just loved the jazz and the soul elements that was in that form of hip-hop. It was really cool, and it really meant a lot to me, and I still listen to it. And every so often, a band will come together and they'll have kind of like those elements, and they'll have rock together. And sometimes they do it very, very well, and sometimes they don't. And I'm not talking about Aerosmith and Run DMC. No. I'm talking obviously about the Gorillaz. The Gorillaz was a fantastic band, and when they came out, I basically destroyed that record. I played it so much that like my needles basically ripped that wax apart. I mean, yeah, I loved the Gorillaz so much, and I still do, of course. And about a year ago here in Tokyo, a band popped up on the scene that has all the elements of the Gorillaz that I loved and love, but these guys do it very different. They have their own style, their own flavor, their own take on it. And I think they took the ball and they went on running. And they're running like it's like the Olympics. These guys are absolutely amazing. And of course, I'm talking about Chikara the Boy. Chikara the Boy is a great band. These guys are super cool, very friendly, when you see these guys, before you see their guitars and their drumsticks, you see smiles. These guys are super positive, super happy, and just a great band in general. And I like these guys a lot, and I know you're going to like them too. So let's just play this next track. And this next track is called Yojimbo.
Watch the sunset and the sunrise. Watch it come around like a lariat. I'm pretty tied up. Won't you set me free and let me be? Oh, let me be. Walk a tight line between what's real. Draw a fine line, don't get too near. Cut my lifeline, but it's out of service. Trying to get bars, get above the surface. Knee deep in the jungle like I heard a sheep. I think I heard a shot. Shrugged off like false alarms. Too late when it's said and done. What the fuck? Some brought a homemade gun. Gotta hold me down, going crazy. Here with bookish to shady. She won't do like to pay me. Shit's going down, feeling angsty. I'm not point the points of flipping coins. Fade annoyance, lack decisions of my own. Should I sell my soul and be a Yojimbo? Oh, I was samurai without a zip code. I watch the sunset and the sunrise. Watch you come around like a lariat. I'm pretty tied up. Won't you set me free and let me be? Oh, let me be. Dying to survive, last of a kind, last samurai. I'm like Frankenstein, lightning strikes, it's alive. There's a monster inside. Looking for a heartbeat, look for policies of IV. Protocol clapping on 1 and 3, and it's odd to me, it's obvious, huh? Living my life through a translation, play my cards right like it's Yu-Gi-Oh. Could've made a fortune now selling those with the prices right at 40 acres in a coin. Connect dots, cause I'm a yeah, feed the spirits, many kindred spirits. Eat the rich, then we be eating rich. Mama business, time, my tennis down, my feelings touch the ceiling. The house of cards coming down, and I'm gone.
All right, faders, I got some good news and some bad news. Well, everybody loves to hear the bad news first, so let's just rip off that Band-Aid. We've got one last band that we're going to play for this episode. But the good news is this band is Stuck in Skin Collective. And this band is a great band. They're relatively new. They're a psychedelic rock band that has a lot of poetry and just a lot of things going on and stuff. It's probably one of the most psychedelic, poetic bands that I've ever experienced here in Japan, and they're fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And a cool thing about this band, well, many things are cool about this band, but one thing that's really cool is that the lead singer is none other than the man, the myth, the legend, the creative genius, Anthony H., who's been on this show several times. And Anthony H. is a very dear friend of mine, and oh my gosh, one thing about Anthony H., other than he's a great singer, is that he makes awesome shoes and great artwork and stuff. So definitely check out Anthony H.'s artwork, his shoe art, his skateboards, his clothing line. I mean, this guy does a lot of really cool things. So definitely research him, check him out, become his friends on Instagram and Facebook, and definitely support him and this band because, you know, whenever Anthony H. gets his fingers, his creative genius fingers into something, you know it's going to turn into solid gold. And so, without further ado, let's listen to some solid gold. And the name of this track is Don't You Worry. Enjoy.
left the county, left the state, left the country. I left you, I admit. Probably should have done better staying in touch, but if I had, we probably would have both ended up being fucked. We were setting off our alarms, how the smallest things made us smile. We were in love and in too deep. Happiness came and stayed, love never faded away. But then my alarm clock starts to beep. Now I should know that every single star out the window, hoping there's a four-leaf clover I can find that reminds you and reminds you. Every single star out the window, hoping there's a four-leaf clover I can find that reminds you and reminds you. Your greatness lies within, my friend. Get back up again. Your greatness lies within. Left the county, left the state, left the country. I left you, I admit. Probably should have done better staying in touch, but if I had, we probably would have both ended up being fucked. We were setting off our alarms, as long as things made us frown. We were in love and in too deep. Happiness came and stayed, love never faded away. But then my alarm clock starts to beep. I should know every single star out the window, hoping there's a four-leaf clover I can find that reminds you and reminds you. Every single star out the window, hoping there's a four-leaf clover I can find that reminds you and reminds you. Your greatness lies within, my friend. Get back up again. Your greatness lies within.
Faders, thank you very much for listening to this very special episode of Got Faded Japan. I really hope that you enjoyed every single band that was on this episode and the previous episode, because these bands are some of my favorite bands here in Tokyo. And guess what? I've got one more episode that's on after this one that's going to be dropped next Sunday, and that is going to be the C-sides of the Tokyo underground music scene. And I just got to say this right now, that even though there's A-sides, B-sides, C-sides, all these bands are equally cool. All these bands are equally awesome. All these bands are equally my favorites. Did I say equally? Equally? Too much coffee for Johnny, and which means that it's time to stop this episode. But In all seriousness, faders, this music is very, very important to me. I think it's very important that we get this music out to the world. So if you can, go down to the show notes and support these guys. Go to their concerts, buy their merch, buy their CDs, and just support these bands, because it's not easy being in a band. It's a lot of hard work, and to be a great band like all the bands that I've booked and all the bands that you've heard so far, it takes a lot of work to get this good. So definitely support these guys. And I know right now the economy's bad. Nobody has money. I don't have any money. And so if you don't have any cash to support these bands, that's totally cool. But one thing that you can do is you can share this episode. Share this episode on your SNS. Get this episode out there. Make sure that your friends, your family, your neighbors, your frenemies, your enemies, anybody and everybody can hear this music, because I think it's really important that people hear this music, because this music is great. And faders. And also everybody that supported me on Patreon, thank you so much for doing that. Got Faded Japan. During the pandemic, we had some hard times, but you guys really, really helped the show out by supporting us on Patreon. And some of you guys are still supporting us on Patreon since then, and that is just absolutely awesome. So if you want to support Got Faded Japan itself, you can go support Got Faded Japan yourself. Time for me to pull that plug. If you want to support Got Faded Japan, you can by going to the Patreon and just giving us a couple of bucks. That keeps the lights on and keeps our refrigerator full of beer, which is fuel. Unlike today, which is coffee. That's probably why I'm talking very fast, but that's all good. So, faders, thank you so much for listening to this episode. And yes, next Sunday we are going to have the Seaside, so make sure you check that one out as well. And have a good day, have a good evening, and take care of yourselves. Peace.
Yo, what's up, faders? Got Faded Japan has got a new sponsor. Our new sponsor is Gamuso Bar, located in Asagaya, Tokyo. If you're kicking it in Tokyo and you want to get your groove on, get your fade on, you better get your ass down to Gamuso. Gamuso is located in Asagaya. It's about 11 minutes from Shinjuku Station on the Chuo line. Gamuso has weekly bands, weekly performances. And hell, if you got your own event and you want to hold it at Gamuso, we'd love to host you. So contact Gamuso at www.gamuso.com. That's www.gamuso.com. That's right, Gamuso has not only beers in the bottle, but beers on tap. We've got every drink you want, so come on down to Gamuso. Gamuso, and if I'm working, tip me.
Have your attention, please. Attention.
Hey, yo, what's up, faders? Johnny here. You know I love booze and news, but I also love art. So come on down to thespiltink.com and check my art out. I've got tons of stuff there for you to check out. I've got paintings, I got prints, I got videos. And I tell you what, if you like a painting, I could probably sell it to you. And I tell you what, if I can't sell you that painting, I will definitely sell you a print. I've got prints of all my work. Prints are about 2,000 yen each, about $20, but if you buy two, you get the third one for free. So come on down to thespiltink.com. Yo, and on top of that, I'm looking for commissioned work. So if there's something that you want me to do, I can make it for you. Just check out my stuff and see if you like my style. And if you like my style, I can definitely paint you anything on canvas, paper, whatever. I've done it all. So come on down to thespiltink.com. That is THESPILTINK.com. Thespiltink.com. Proper.
Mitsuya Liquors. Yo, what's up, faders? If you're in Asia, if you're in Japan, if you're in Tokyo, if you're in Asagaya, you better get down to Mitsuya Liquors. That's right, for the most affordable prices in Japan, you can get over 300 different kinds of beer. That's right, over 300 different kinds of beer. And of course, they got all the shochu you need, all the sake you need, and of course, they got wine from California to Italy to France to New Zealand. They got it all. When I say they got it all, they really, seriously got it all. There's no joke about that. So get down to Mitsuya Liquors. And if you go in there and you say, Got Faded Japan, you will be more than welcome to go into their back room and drink those beers that you just purchased. That's right, Got Faded Japan at Mitsuya Liquors. And 3 times a week, they have a sushi chef there. So get your sushi on, get your drink on, get your fade on, and come on down to Mitsuya Liquors, located comfortably in Asagaya, about 5-minute walk from the station.
In Tokyo and craving soul food? We've got just the place for you. Soul Food House in Azabu Juban. check out what we do at soulfoodhouse.com. Come by and taste the love. We look forward to feeding you.
Are you in Harajuku with some out-of-town friends or your family or significant others?
Yeah!
Do you want to chill and drink beer and eat sandwiches while your friends overpay for glitter unicorn socks?
Yeah!
And the flavor's gonna make you complete. At Harry's Sandwich Company.
So come on down to Harry's Sandwich Company in the heart of Harajuku, right off Takeshita Street. See you there!
My little brother, a goddamn shit-sucking vampire. Oh, you wait till Mom finds out, buddy.
I've got a government job to abuse and a lonely wife to fuck.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
God, the pressure! I can't take it! I can't take it! I can't stand to it!
You sure excuse me?
We're going freaking! We came, we saw, we kicked his ass!
Your move, creep.
Man, I will never forgive your ass for this shit. This is some fucked up repugnant shit.
Fuck it, dude. Let's go bold.